Hello and welcome back to the brosBTalking podcast. I'm one of your hosts, DriftBGS.
And I'm the other host, just Toby.
How's it going?
How are you, bro?
I'm good.
What have you been up to?
Oh, not much. Watching House of Dragon rapidly before the podcast. Otherwise working. What have you been up to today? You've had some uni deadlines, have you?
Yeah, I had a uni deadline at 2. I had a football game at 9 in the morning, and then I had a meeting at 2:30. So I was really busy.
Right, we had a question from the stream. The question is how to start in YouTube. Now, me and Toby aren't really people to be asking for this because we're not that experienced with YouTube. But I thought maybe we could comment. What do you think, Toby?
I'd say we can give. Even though we're not the best people, we almost could be very good people to ask because we asked at the very beginning ourselves.
Yeah, true.
The first thing I would say is you got to figure out what you're going to be talking about, and like having a name and stuff. Like it's sorting little stuff like that out, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to rush a name or rush what you think you want to talk about, and then before you know it, you're 6 or 7 videos in and you're already stuck to a name or that you don't really like, or stuck to doing certain videos and stuff that you're not that keen on. But yeah, no, it is really hard to start doing. But I'd say just give it a go. I'd say practice makes perfect. If you listen to any of the pods that me and Bobby had done at the very beginning, not on brosBTalking, but at the very beginning, like it was quite bad, and we still are. Like, we talk about it, we're like, oh my god, I was saying to Bobby earlier, I was like, oh, I think I spoke over you at this point or that point, like.
Yeah.
But Bobby, what would you say about somebody doing Twitch? Because you've done Twitch and you started from nothing and have built built a platform up.
Yeah. So I'd say the main thing is to do something you enjoy, because that would make it easier to put the work in when you need to put the work in.
100%. Like, well, like it's like this now. Like, I don't know about you, but I enjoy watching House of the Dragon. I enjoy watching the boxing, stuff like that. I would be, if we weren't talking about this on the pod and we didn't have a pod, I'd probably be calling you up, going, "Who do you think's going to win, AJ or
Exactly.
AJ or Ngannou?" But I always really wanted to do something like this, and I think it's better to give it a go, and then if you do fail, then you've given it a go, than to be that person that, because I don't know if you get it, Bob. Like, I've had people go to me like, "Oh, why don't you do this, this, and this? You'd have thousands of views." I'm like, "Oh, it's not that easy though."
Yeah.
Like, if it was that easy, everybody would do it. And also, I think that me and you, Bob, we're very much like, we want brosBTalking to be brosBTalking. We wouldn't want to like pump out loads of videos that were really bad, or like really bad topics and stuff that we haven't done any research or anything like that on.
Yeah.
Just to get the videos out. Like, everything that we put out, we're happy with what we put out, and because we don't post as often, then we want to make sure that each episode is good. And then when we do like little shorts and mini bits of stuff, so like in futures and stuff, like we're doing like a review on a fight, or like we're coming up, we're going to do an FPL chat for all you FPL fans out there. We're gonna sit down with us boys, a few of mine and Bobby's friends, and we will go through our teams and what points we're on, so you can sort of see where you guys would be in our league and stuff like that. And then
We've got some things in the works.
Yeah, and then it's doing. Oh yeah, and then predicting the results for Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and then someone counting up the points, and then at the end we'll figure out who apparently we think is going to win the Premier League, and then go through it like that. But yeah, I would say do anything like that, Abdu, and then let us know if you do it, and we will make sure to give you a follow and support you like you support us.
Yeah, definitely. I would also say don't be afraid to just Google or YouTube how to start a YouTube channel. There's plenty of really good videos out there by more talented creators than me and Toby that can explain these sort of things in a really good way. What stuff to download,
and people that actually have a big following, because I definitely looked at videos before we started doing this and took notes on little stuff, because I think it would be silly to only listen to one person's advice.
Yes,
you got to listen to it from other people, because somebody you might hear somebody go, no, just pump the videos out and then figure out your style when you can, and that might work for you. So, and it's whatever you have. You'll be able to have time for, because obviously if you've got work or uni
school
work, whatever, school, college, whatever it may be, then you need to make sure that you prioritize that first.
Yeah. Real life comes first. And then don't be afraid to evolve your content as you evolve as well, because it's all about that sort of, as long as you're into making it. If you start playing like Minecraft, and in a year's time you think, oh, I don't want to play Minecraft anymore, just don't play Minecraft anymore. Don't make yourself do it. Because
one of the YouTubers I watch, shout out MGH, I used to love his career mode videos. I still watch it. He has a thing called Operation Arsenal, and after every single Arsenal game, he will do a review of it.
Yeah,
and he does these career modes, but you can just see it in him. Like, he'll complain about the gameplay or be complaining about something, but I very rarely see him like excited like he used to be. Like, it would be he would be like 2-0 up on like the 10th game of a Premier League and score the 3rd goal, and like it would be like absolute scenes. But now he could probably score a goal to get him into like a Champions League final, and he's like, yes. But like, I don't know, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I think it's just because he slowly fell out of love with it. And he has even said, like, oh, maybe I should try and do other videos, but he's not sure exactly what to do with that. But yeah, 100% keep us posted, and would like to, maybe next pod we can sort of see where you've got with that.
Yeah, we will. He says that he can open a channel, but he doesn't have any ideas of what to do. Commentary videos do okay, but obviously that's quite a tough one. You open yourself up to a lot of criticism. I think gaming is probably the easiest thing. If you have a game that you like to play, whether it's FIFA or Minecraft or anything like that, start out just trying to edit together some videos about that, because there's so much of that on YouTube. I know you're probably not going to blow up from that.
I would say, and Bobby probably, if you can get on the editing and get that and get that sorted, because like, if it was just me, it'd be absolute shambles, because but Bobby is the one that is able to do editing. So make sure that you're able to do editing, or if you've got a friend that can do it, ask them if they're able to do it, or ask them if they're able to teach you how to do it, because that's something that's on my to-do list, is make sure that I can do it, because once I'm able to start editing videos, I reckon I'll start becoming quite nerdy with it.
Yeah, and just make sure it's something that you enjoy, whatever you choose to do. I would probably, like I said, recommend gaming, because it's the easiest. There's something to do. You have something to talk about. Like, they are pretty easy, aren't they, Toby? If we just did the gaming pod every week, it would not be too tough. Like, we just chat about Fall Guys, or we play Among Us with people. That's probably the easiest thing.
Exactly, but as you said, Bob, it's whatever you want to do, and whatever your hobbies and passions are for it.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to start something where you teach astrophysics, or go over your favorite poems, do it. Just give it a go. Worst case, it might change in a year's time. You might make different videos. You might blow up and then think, oh, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. You don't know till you do it.
Moving on to our next topic. is you wrote something about here, Mr. Beast Disney, and I'd like you to explain what is going on because I haven't heard actually anything about this.
So last week, Mr. Beast was all over X, formerly known as Twitter, where basically this random podcast, obviously bigger than us, but not one of like the big ones that you know off the top of your head, called the Iced Coffee Hour podcast.
Right.
They randomly claimed that he was paid $5 billion by Disney for his channel. So like Disney now like owns him secretly. And they said it was a joke on that podcast, but that was a clip that went absolutely viral and everyone believed it and everyone was arguing over it on Twitter and stuff. And I just thought that was quite a funny thing that, like, you know, what could we say that would go super viral and would cause like loads of arguments and stuff? They said it as like a joke. They had some guests on, and what's funny as well, they said $5 billion. I think when Disney got the rights for the Marvel films, they paid $4 billion.
Mr. Beast channel reaches a lot more eyeballs than Marvel.
Do you reckon?
And
that?
Definitely daily. More people have watched the Mr. Beast video today than watch Marvel.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it'll be the same tomorrow, and then the same the day after, and eventually, if it's not already, there's way. Yeah, I would go out there and say more people watch Mr. Beast's videos. I don't watch them personally. I'll watch the odd one.
I watched the odd one
if it captures my interest. But to be honest with you, it's all a bit. And like, he's now even come out and sort of said we need to stop like rinsing through content so quickly. Like make it like there's videos that will be out there for like a 5-minute segment, and it's like that could be made into like a 40-minute thing. Actually, people going in depth about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. But I what do I reckon we could make up? Well, you could also like start like a rumor or something about somebody famous, but I personally think that like the viral moments they just come off the cuff.
Yeah. I have an idea because, you know, I got pied off by Bear Grylls once.
Oh yeah.
We could make that into a viral moment. I could like spruce up that story, and then we could like clip it and be like, you know, the secret life of Bear. You know, Bear Grylls is actually a dick in real life. Because I would be able to find out exactly where I saw him, so people would look it up and go, "Oh shit, he did turn up to that scout camp. He might be telling the truth."
Yeah, well, to be fair, I actually reckon that would be a good story because you were quite young then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I could say that he like punched me or something, or like as he walked past.
No, but you could just say what happened. But don't lie.
No, I was thinking I could, you know, I could add some lies to it, get it like, you know, going really viral.
The only moment I can think of is something that I said a few pods ago, and it was just me being an idiot. Was when I was like, "Oh, did you hear about Bevo?" And you were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." Gave his mate a hand job. Turned out to be somebody else, and I'd gone around telling everyone it was Bevo. And then I was sat playing Mario Kart with Reese, and then I said something. I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Well, you know, Bevo." I think I said like a similar joke, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, you know, Beaver." And he went, "That wasn't Beaver." I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was." And he went, "Oh, you've been saying it has." And I went, "I think I said it on the pod."
Yeah, we could make
Bevo is massive at the moment, but I think he may come up a little bit later in the pod.
Okay. I just thought of another one off the top of my head. You know, Angry Ginge. Well, most Americans wouldn't realise that we're not like from Manchester. Is that where he's from?
I think he's from Manchester. Yeah, he's a United fan.
We could say that he pissed himself in school. Americans wouldn't really know the difference, would they? There you go. Clip that. You know, Angry Ginge pissed himself in school.
Wait, what?
You could just say something like that, you know, just another British person around our age. We could make up stuff about them in school. That could go viral if they're famous, obviously. You know, be like, "Oh,
I don't know. I think that's very far fetched.
We can make up loads of stuff about Bevo. People are ready to believe basically anything about Bevo.
Yeah, well, the thing is that you'd look like an if it did get clout, you'd end up looking like a knob and lose all credibility.
Yeah, but you say that, but then there'll be, for some reason, there's some people online that are just determined to believe like stuff that is against like actual, some people will just believe it because it's like, not it's not true, but it's against what everyone else is saying. So they'll just be like, oh yeah, I believe it, without looking into it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do see that. Yeah, no, my answer would be just me just misstating facts and thinking it's people that it's completely not, and that just absolutely causing some shit.
We need to start clipping those moments.
If anyone is listening and they want to practice their editing skills, or if you want to edit some videos for us, we'd be more than happy to have you aboard the brosBTalking team.
Yeah, yeah.
Open internship. We pay $0 a year.
Yeah.
Every year. Until the day you die.
70% of the time we pay you 0% of the time. So wait, no.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
70% of the time we
100% of the time we pay you 0% of the time. There you go.
That's the one. You confused me to 70. I was going to throw 30 in there, make it 100. I didn't know what was going on.
So these guys on this podcast, and again though, it was like it's a random podcast. Like it is the equivalent of if me and you had like cameras and we had mics. People just believing what we said. Pissed himself in school. Like they're just like people
you're
around our
that
age.
Like we're going to lie. Like,
I know.
They're believing everything we say. I'm almost too honest, and you're an honest person as well. So
no, I'm not. That was a lie, I guess. That's like that like riddle thing where one head lies, one head always tells the truth, and you can only ask them yes or no.
That's
questions.
in Labyrinth.
Yes, yeah. There is an easy way to do that, but I think it might. We'll save that for another pod. We'll save that for. But they had some guests on their podcast that I think they were doing a thing where they were like telling lies to each other to like try and trick each other, like like would I lie to you basically, and that's what got clipped out of context. If you had to have an ideal interviewee for the podcast, now that we've done Phil and he was very good, I think. Who would you want to interview?
Big up, Phil. If you haven't already, go on YouTube and type in brosBTalking. It's exactly the same as our Instagram and our Twitch name.
Yeah.
And go check out our latest video, Talking Trees with Phil, because it's some very, very interesting stories. Reese had watched it and said to me, he was like, I actually felt like I learned quite a bit in that. And I was like, yeah, what he did sort of like drop some knowledge. But yeah, anyways, in answer to your question, who do I think would be? So obviously there's Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Is this me personally or good for the pod? Because I think they're different answers.
Ooh, how many people do you have? You could maybe cover both of them and why they're different.
Yeah, I'll be able to. So me personally, I would love to talk to MGH.
Okay.
He's got 886,000 subscribers.
Yep.
I've watched him since FIFA 12. And I think it'd be really interesting to talk to him because he's opened up about his mental health struggles as well. And I'd even said to you that I'd seen it on videos declining.
Yeah.
Then for the actual pod, obviously, I think True Geordie, Joe Rogan,
big names,
would both be really good people to have on. Anyone from the sidemen.
Yeah.
I know Simon and Randolph have a podcast that I listen to. That's called What's New.
Yeah.
So they would be some good people to have, but it's hard to sort of answer at the moment because we're still like finding finding what the pod is at the moment.
Yeah.
So, what about yourself?
So I wrote down sort of broader sort of ideas. So my first one is, of course, our close friend of the pod, Swelzy, legendary streamer, part-time stud,
Full-time stud.
full-time stud. No, sometimes he's not a stud. He's a
Don't listen to him, Swelzy.
he has days off. But yeah, of course, we'd love to see him, and probably will get him on an interview eventually. My first one on the list is a flat earther. I think it would be really interesting to talk to a full-on flat earther, and we could talk about flat Earth and some of their beliefs. I think that would be cool.
I think that conversation would irritate me a lot.
Fair. Maybe
I feel like you would have to conduct most of the interview, and you'd have to have a mute button for me, because my whole thing is, right, if they go, right, they pull it out in front of me, let's say it's an A4 piece of paper, yeah?
Yeah.
And then on one side, they do a dot. I would then put a dot on the other side, and I would say, so for me to travel from there to there, you saying that I have to go that way?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
Because I don't know what because I swear it changes. So if they show me their like flat Earth, I would say, okay, so when you're at that point, when you get there, well, we fly the other way. So how do you explain that?
Toby, yes, that's such a good point. I'll make a demonstration of this for the video. Yeah, no, you are right. You are right. Is in like you can't go the other way.
It didn't get to me. I'm there like oh, okay, cool. Like I just it's just something that doesn't really make sense. But if they've got an answer to that, then yeah, because I know that one of their answers for something, if I'm like, well, why did it take longer to get here or something, they could go, oh, well, they just fly a longer way. And that I could understand. When you're in a plane, you don't really know if they're taking a longer route.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a shorter distance, I'm like, well, how do they do it in such a short time then?
Yeah, no, you are right. There's an interesting experiment that kind of disproves it. No, that's good.
This has nothing to do with flat Earth, but I've always wondered, if everyone jumped up and landed at the same time, would we cause massive earthquakes and tsunamis? Or would it do absolutely nothing?
I'm going to say no, probably not.
You'd think no, but if everyone did it.
Yeah, but so say the average weight of a human is 80 kg, just to capture all the Ninganus and Furies of the world in the average.
I'd say it's more than 80 kg. Did you know that obesity has taken over as the world's biggest problem over world hunger?
Oh, really? Oh,
it how weird is it that those are the top two things? How does that even make sense? You're either too fat or we haven't got enough food for everyone. It's listen here, fatties, if you just fucking halved your food, we'd all be alright.
Yeah.
Was that just me looking at it too simple again? Come on now.
No. The issue with that is another thing, is of course you've got areas of the world where access to fresh food is non-existent, or the fresh food is
but
cheaper.
Our views on what other countries' food systems can be very, very poor. Because I think we as the UK media tend to sort of go, we're very lucky. And so I don't actually think we are sort of that lucky. Like Ninganu, yeah, when he's gone back to Africa,
yeah,
he still goes back and sees his mum and eating his mum's food and stuff. They're doing, they have got stuff, and if they
have
could,
stuff, yeah.
If they could build to his, I know he obviously built up a lot more when he came over here and had lots of money to be able to do the training and stuff like that. But he was still working in sand mines. That's why he was so bloody strong.
Yeah.
But he was able to eat the food and all of that. He wasn't collapsing. He wasn't like 7 stone and collapsed because he's like dehydrated and getting overworked. No, he was like building up. Like, I think people go, oh, they think of other countries, and I think that the British media can be very sort of disrespectful to other cultures and how good their food is. I'd actually say a lot of other foods are better. I don't know how I got into that, but yeah.
So no, you are right. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of unhealthy foods that are being brought over. So that one of those areas is that I saw the other day. There's like an island, a Pacific island, where there's a Coca-Cola plant, and they all get Coca-Cola for really cheap, and they're all overweight because they drink full-fat Coke like all the time, and it's like cheaper than fresh water for them.
I rate that. I drop prices of full fat Coke. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, we should all join them. But no, you are right. Like, often people do underestimate how much food or how healthy the food is in certain cultures. But I was just doing some maths here. So if we all jumped up, right?
Yeah.
Right. So say we all weighed 100 kg, and there's 8 billion of us. So that's 800 billion kilograms. That's 800 million tons. Right. The weight of the planet is, I don't even know. Mount Everest weighs 161 billion tons, I think.
You're losing me here, Bob. You're saying too many numbers.
So actually, that's 2 times.
How much weight is landing? The question I want to know is, how heavy would all of that be, and then how heavy was the asteroid that hit the wiped out dinosaurs?
But we wouldn't have as much energy as that asteroid.
No, I know, that's what. But I want to. I was just curious.
Okay, I can look up that. Basically, would be 200 times lighter than Mount Everest. All of us landing together. But asteroid, I've forgotten how to spell asteroid. That killed the dinosaurs. That's the first thing that came up. Oh my god! Why is it in pounds? 2 quadrillion pounds. A pound, it's like 2.2. So that's about 4. No, wait, you divide it by 2. So that's about 1 quadrillion kilograms. So divided by 1,000. Yeah, it was quite heavy. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was that big. Hang on, I'm gonna do kg so we can.
Where did it hit again? I can't believe that's not something that I just know off the top of my head. Where did the asteroid hit?
In New Mexico. It's what made that curve in America and Mexico. It like annihilated it.
I need to go there one day and see that.
Yeah, well, it's so big. It's just like a seaside now. It was 200 kilometers in diameter.
I reckon the best place to go would be there, because if it hits again, it probably won't hit the same place.
It was moving. Yeah, that's fair. It was moving at 70,000 kilometers per hour. So that's like thousands of miles an hour. Yeah, so basically, all of us jumping together wouldn't be close to the weight of the asteroid.
Huh. That does make sense, to be fair. But it would have been scary. Imagine if we figured out that if we accidentally or somehow did that we would end up causing tsunamis and shit.
We might cause some sort of damage, but I don't think so.
If we were all in a certain place, we could.
If we were all together, then maybe, yeah.
But with it being so widely spread, it would be very hard to do so. But yeah, that a bit of a weird trade.
I love those sort of things. It's good. But yeah, so Swelzy would be my top one. Flat Earther, we can ask him whether if everyone jumping on one side of the flat Earth would make it tip over or something.
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
Would it just do a flip like the Club Penguin ice thing? And then a full-time streamer like Mizkif or Penguin Zero Charlie, I think would be interesting. He's also a YouTuber. I also put viral person. So the other week, Omar Lay, there was an Omar Lay concert, and I don't actually know many of his songs.
I didn't even know who Omar Lake is.
He's a rapper, an American rapper. He's
I don't know.
a guy. He went into the crowd while he was performing, and he picked out a woman to come and like grind on him on stage.
Oh God!
And the woman's boyfriend was in the front row, and he was filmed shaking his head in disappointment. And then he was filmed leaving the concert on his own, as she was like twerking on Omar Lay in front of everyone at the concert. And everyone around him looks awkward too, because they're like, it's devastating. I think we could interview him.
That's just one of the reasons why. Literally, I don't follow any of the rappers. Like, I just none of that sort of shit interests me. I just bitchy from her. Like, I wouldn't even want to give it much clout. To be fair, like.
No, fair.
Like the rapper don't care about her. The boyfriend don't care about her anymore. Like.
No, but it would be interesting to talk to the boyfriend and just say, like, what was it like everyone literally knowing your face on TikTok and stuff?
Fucking
for that reason.
I'll answer the question for the geezer. Probably fucking awful. The worst moment of his life. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, don't go to the front row, at a rap concert. I wouldn't take my girl. If I had a girlfriend, I would not take him to a rap concert. I don't think.
No, but he did.
I know, unless they really like rap. But then I don't necessarily. I don't really know many people that are like fully into rap. I'm just a bit like, I remember when our friend went through a little stage of listening to grime, and I wanted to like rip my eyes out.
No, that led to one of the funniest situations of all time. When he stayed around my house, he was pumping grime in the shower. No, drill. It was drill music. He was pumping drill music in the shower. Then he dried himself in a bathroom mat, and then walked through a house full of uni people naked while still listening to the drill. I think that's a very funny image. That's a man that doesn't give a shit. That's a man that's embodying drill music.
No, but like that's right. It's just a lot of talk. To be fair, it's just I'll stab you, I'll kill you, I earn more money. I was like, it's like cool.
No, fair.
Like, and I just don't know that they're all called little something,
Yeah.
Little or big.
Not many of them are called big. What would be your rap name?
I wouldn't have one.
I'd call you Lil T.
I love fucking Reach calls me to wind me up. He's gonna fucking love that.
Look, great minds think alike.
Little T.
I'd call myself Lil B. And then I've just got a couple of YouTubers. There's a YouTuber called Arbitrator Ian that I think would be interesting to talk about Warhammer. And then a member of Hat Films, for the same reason you said MGH, that I've just watched them for a while. It'd be interesting to hear their takes. They'd be able to give a bit more guidance on starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then my last one would be a Ukrainian war journalist or person that served in Ukraine. I think that would be an interesting conversation, similar to Phil, where we could just let them kind of talk about their experience.
I think that would be really good, but I think we'd have to be careful on who you get, because you want to make sure that whatever information you put out is facts.
True. I mean, we could just ask him more general.
No, but what I mean is it's knowing you're asking the right person.
True. Yeah, we wouldn't want someone that like is faking it or didn't actually do what they said.
Like, people might be like, "Oh yeah, I'll talk about it. I'm from Ukraine or something." You're like, "Oh yeah, sound," and then you find out that they hadn't been there in like 15 years, had no friends or family there, and have no idea what's going on. They know just as much as we do, and it's like, cool.
Yeah, that would be a risk. People faking it. Yeah, those are my ones.
So going on to the next topic was which famous YouTuber would you take on in a boxing match, and which one would you think would get us the most views but you'd still win?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
So Do you have an answer for that, or do you want me to run with it?
I think I could take Memeless in a boxing match. Face me. Face me,
Memeless.
coward.
Hang on. I'm gonna have to Google this.
Face me, coward.
Oh, guy with wearing a bandana and a gun.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
I
I
could
reckon.
take him.
I reckon you could take it as long as he didn't have the gun.
Nah, I could take him with a gun. I'll dodge it, mate.
Okay. And what do you think would get us the most views, but you'd still win?
Ooh. See, that's a tough one. Who's like the skinniest sideman? Is it a member of the sidemen? A sideman.
Toby.
Oh, another Toby. Would you feel
With an eye.
intimidated if we had him on the podcast and then I fought him?
Why would I feel intimidated?
He's stealing your name, basically.
He's older than me.
Oh, I get it.
I mean,
You're stealing
basically,
his.
I would be the copy.
Yeah, I reckon maybe him. I've seen him on a couple of things.
I don't know, man. He's got some. He is mad. He's mad quick. To be fair.
Fair. I mean, I'm just gonna back myself for that one.
Yeah, no, I'll back you with that. Maybe we'll get in touch with Misfits. We'll sort something out.
Yeah. Please, I'll just say Bobby will fight the weakest and smallest sideman.
I'm trying to think which ones I would do. So Bevo.
Bevo, yes.
I would fuck Bevo up. I ain't gonna lie. Like he does piss me off a bit though, because there's people out there that's like genuinely like got talent and stuff, and he just fucking does a two choke. He has like 2 bites or something and fucking swallows it whole. Like he's genuinely like. I was worried about him when I first saw about him, because I remember turning around, I got shown him by a mate, and I went, he's gonna die. Like that was literally my first words, because I was like, he will just choke one day. Like, what if he's doing a stream, chokes, even though people are watching it, he's still gonna die if no one's there.
Yeah, it's not a great way to eat.
Yeah, like he's and he must be doing so much damage to his stomach. Like. So in a boxing match, mate, I'd just bully him and hit him with a few body shots, and bloody his dinner would come back up. He would literally throw up and a whole roast potato would come up.
Yeah.
I would literally like hit him, and then like in slow mo, you would see this like roast potato popping out of his mouth.
That's how he'd beat you.
It'd be like one of the weirdest like videos you'd ever see. Yeah, no, I reckon I could beat him. Another one I reckon I could beat is B Dave. He is on Misfits. He is hang on. I think it's B Dave.
I reckon I could take on I'm Alex as well. I could take on all those sort of British YouTubers. Maybe not James Marriott. I don't know. He seems a little bit bigger than me.
Yeah, I reckon I could take on B Dave.
Okay, cool.
But he'd be a tough opponent. I'm trying to think the biggest name that would get the most views. I think the Bevo one would get me the most views. But to be honest with you, I would rather have a beef with someone that was going on something like Misfits. I wouldn't want to do one like HS TikTokies ones or Aiden Ross's like events. I'd like it to be like the proper events where there's like loads of people there. It's not like loads of people all like hanging on the edge of the ring and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah, like I've seen HS TikTokies.
And the problem is
ones.
that is people went on at Misfits about going, "Are you going to ruin the sport of boxing?" No, those events are because somebody is going to die because they're not doing training for, like, not in like Misfits where they're doing the training, they have to do the medicals and everything. Like, it's you basically getting thrown in with the wolves. There's like you basically, if you're getting fucked up, you're getting everyone, even probably the people you turned up with, going, "Oi!"
Yeah.
Like, there's no loyalty whatsoever around them. It's just like, I don't know. In Misfits, I would feel that if I lost the fight, I'd still be safe in the fact of like there'd be a ref to stop it, or there'd be stuff in place. But in one of those, I just think that there's going to be something that just goes horribly wrong.
Yeah. Well, they get shot down by like the police and stuff. I remember seeing one TikTok where the guy that
he
organised
was
it
saying
complained.
about it. Then he was like, "Oh, it's all right. We'll go live tomorrow." And it's just like it is going to get to a point where I don't know. It is just dangerous.
Yeah, we'd avoid those. We'd avoid those promotions.
How many weeks if Misfits came up to me and was there like, right, we want, because you know they do the tag team boxing.
Yeah.
What about brosBTalking went for the championship?
How many weeks training we'd need?
Yeah, like if they were like, right, you either got and it's either take it or leave it, a fight in 2 months.
I'd just take it. I'd be like, yeah.
I reckon me and you would do decent. To be fair.
Yeah. We just get in the ring. We get some practice in.
Do you know what I reckon? We would have to do it that like you be the stamina, and then like when you tag me in, I will just blitz until I'm absolutely gassed. Tap you back in. You can be there. Then every time I'm in, I'll just have to like blitz them, and then you just then when you're in, you'll actually have a much better gas tank than me.
Yeah, do that. I'll try. I don't know how long I'd last in boxing though, because I've never actually really done boxing properly. I think
it'd be really interesting. Maybe next time I see you, we can
have a fight.
Do a little spar and put it on the channel or something.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be cool.
So, do you think I'd beat Bevo then?
Yes, I do believe that you would beat Bevo. I don't know. Maybe he has some like weird strength about him. Maybe you wouldn't know where to punch him because he's like constantly looking in different directions. You know, you'd be like, "Is he? What is he thinking?"
Bobby, you're giving me way too much credit for when someone's swinging. If someone's swinging, I'm just like, swing! I'm not really thinking about what's been going on. Oh, so this is a little bit off topic, but I didn't mention it earlier. Is so you know I've been doing this football and I've been trying to get for these playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
They put into the chat last night. So today was our last game of the group stages before to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They then say to us, they're like, yeah, last game, boys, before the quarterfinals. And then I got there today and I was like, boys, I was there like, you do realise that this is almost a pointless game. Like, what is going on? They were like, what do you mean? I was there like, so the playoffs into the quarterfinals, yeah? And they were like, yeah. And I went, okay. And how many teams are in a quarterfinal? 8. I went, and how many teams are in the league? So, and they were like, 8. And I was like, what's the fucking point of this whole group stage? But it's so you can get a better draw.
Okay.
So the table got split in 2 after we'd all played each other once, and then we were at the bottom half, but we then, in our last 3 games, we won the last 3 games. So we've finished top of the bottom league.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be like 4th v 5th, 3rd v 6th, 7th v 2nd, and 1st v 8th.
Okay.
And then it will go into the semi-final. Now, I think it's only the final that's getting played on YouTube. So for brosBTalking, we're gonna have to hope for some luck here, because if I do get to the final, yourself and Reese are gonna do a watch along, aren't you?
Yeah, we will. We'll screw the copyright. We'll just play the whole thing, the live stream. and to commentate over it.
It's a uni game, like between it's not going to be that deep, surely.
No, surely not. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fun. That'll be really good. Fingers crossed for Toby's team. It's not Eric Tenbag, is it?
I have got to tell the entire chat, if we somehow do make it to the final, do not expect much.
Expect everything. Toby will be saving goals left, right, and centre. He'll score a goal from goal. He'll go goal kick.
To be fair, I've had 2 assists already in this tournament.
It's pretty good for a goalie.
I know, I've had two assists and 2 clean sheets.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, I would hang on, I'm just looking through our notes here. Are you hang on, I was about to say, are you able to get up the chat from brosBTalking, the stuff I sent? Because there was a few stuff, but would you be able to get it up on the stream?
Yes. Which ones? I'm just having a look through.
Go from...
Is it on the Instagram?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'll read some out. I'll read some out to you, okay?
Okay.
So there was Agent Robert Hansen was tasked with finding a mole in the FBI without them knowing he was the mole the whole time. In 1979, 3 years after joining the FBI, Hansen approached the Soviet main intelligence to offer his services, and the relationship lasted until 1981. Hansen sold about 6,000 classified documents to the KGB that detailed US strategies in the events of a nuclear war, developments in military weapons, technology, and aspects of the US counterintelligence program. The FBI paid $7 million to the KGB agent to obtain a file of an anonymous mole, whom the FBI later identified as Hansen through a fingerprint and voice analyst. Hansen was arrested on February 18th, 2001. So he basically got away with it for about 20 years. And can you imagine, like, you start your day and like you're already thinking, right, I'm doing something really dodgy here. And they're like, mate, can you come into the office? Yeah. And like, look, right, this stays between us, but we think we've got a mole. He must have been like swaying. And then they're like, and we're trusting you to find him. Like, do you think he wrongfully accused other people? Or like, whenever somebody got accused of it, do you think he was ever like, no, and like worked really hard to like work on their alibi?
I don't know why. It's because I've been watching the US Office recently, but I could just see him being like Michael Scott, and when they're like, we think it's this guy, him being like, you know, when he's like framed Toby for having weed on him, and he's like kind of saying like no, but yes at the same time. He's kind of like, oh, I don't know how that got there. But he's like trying to look out for his people, but he's feels bad about it. That is very interesting. So he was tasked with finding the mole, but he was the mole.
Yeah. So that was a little bit crazy. I've also got some real life superhuman stories if you want to hear a few off the top of my head. Well, off the top of my head, off this thing.
Where did you send these?
Yeah, I did send them, but I'm just reading them out because it's not there's nothing to see anyways. So the sole survivor of the 1972 crash of the jet flight 367.
Yep.
That she was called Vanessa. I'm not going to attempt the last name because I will butcher it. Aaron Ralston, arm was crushed by a boulder while he was alone in Utah. I'm pretty sure they made a movie about that.
They did, yeah.
Wasn't that 12 hours later or something?
No, it has a similar name. I think it's a bit longer than 12
like
hours
24
later.
hours later.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that must be the prequel.
Rock.
Then there's I've heard about this one before. There's Harrison Oaken, survived in a tiny air pocket for almost 3 days in a sunken ship.
Oh, what? That's mental. How did they get him out?
Divers went in to go and get him, and like, when they sort of get there, he's just sort of sat there chilling, like, you know.
That's mental. 127 hours.
12 hours later.
That would have been tough. That would have been really bad. I think so. That guy lasted 127 hours trapped. Right? There was a lady in the UK who, you know, those Ottoman beds that like go up and they have like storage space underneath.
Yeah.
She got trapped under one of those, and like you hearing her story, it's actually insane. She like threw up. She was only trapped for like 3 hours. She threw up and then ate her own sick because she was worried she was going to starve. And then she also pissed herself. And you're like, you're only trapped for like a couple of hours. How did it go so badly?
10 minutes in, she's like, right. Do you know what? Talking about the Office, that reminds me of the scene where Pam's trying to prank Dwight to make Jim feel better, and she's like messing with the elevator. And they sort of get stuck in the elevator, and within about 5 seconds, he's there like peeing in a corner. She's like, "What are you doing?" He's there like, "Well, we have to establish a pee corner." Like, we've literally been in here 10 seconds.
Exactly.
But no, that's hilarious. Could you imagine? Like, obviously, like, must have been very like scary for her, but it is that is quite funny. The next one on our list, we got Salvador. Survives 14 months lost at sea, 7,000 miles away.
Jesus.
And the picture of him coming back, I think he's got like a tinny in his hand. They were giving him a tinny. I love that. They're like, here, have this. And then we got Antony, I think isn't his name, got struck by a proton beam from the largest particle accelerator.
Oh my goodness. Did it like pass through him?
I do know they don't give you any more information. Right, this is a bit of an animal question, yeah? So, you know the dinosaurs with the long necks?
Yep.
If they were to wear a tie, would they wear it at the top, near their chin, or would they have it at the bottom?
Oh, see, I'd say at the bottom because it's kind of, you have it at the bottom of your neck, don't you?
Honestly, I would say it's the other way around, because you have a tie on, you sort of got your top button done up, and then you can like feel like straight after your chin.
Okay. So you'd say the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to drawing this on paint for the edit.
And then the other animal thing I saw, and then this the last thing was there was a shark that they put a tracker in.
Yep.
And they looked to see, and he basically drew a picture of a shark.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I'll get a picture of that after listening too.
Yeah, it's also we'll definitely have that picture up for the video. It's quite scary when you look at it of how often the sharks go near shore.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because obviously that's where they will get a lot of food. My last bit of news from reels that I've sent brosBTalking is House of the Dragon Season 2 confirmed to premiere in June. So we should, by that point, finish our Season 1 review and be able to review the episodes as they come out. And maybe for Season 2, instead of having it in the podcast, we'll have a little section just for our House of the Dragon reviews.
Yeah.
So then, just in case somebody doesn't want to watch pod, doesn't want spoilers or anything like that, or if somebody just wants to watch it and they don't want to have to wait to find out when we talk about it in the pod.
Yeah, that's almost perfect, isn't it?
So yeah, and then if there is anything else, we did talk about another series we were going to watch. I haven't started watching that yet, to be honest with you. That's the Star Wars Clone Wars, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Maybe we'll hold off on that.
Hold off on that until we finish this, and then see if there's anything else that, if like people want us to watch anything that's coming out. I'm still getting, all of my feeds are just filled with cars, and I don't mean cars as in like normal cars. I mean as in the Pixar film Cars.
That sounds perfect, to be honest.
But they've got Cars 4 coming out, so I'm looking forward to that.
We could review that.
Yeah, we generally go. We could watch it in the cinema and just go and review it. So the thing is, it'll be less sad for you because you'll go with your girlfriend. I'm just still gonna turn up. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, she said she was gonna meet me in there. And I'm like, you're the first here. I'm like, oh, well then she's gonna meet me here.
No, it's more like the guy will be like, I didn't ask.
Yeah. And then like, I can imagine there'd be like an awkward line. I'm like, she's really hot actually. I'm like, you'll know when you see her.
Guy's like, oh, cool. Yeah.
The movie finishes and I just sprint out.
Yeah, he sees you leaving on your own and you look at him and run away. It's like, what?
No, I see like some girls walking. I tried to sort of like tag along with them and pretend that I was with them.
Yeah. Oh. God damn it. Right, should I cover my animal news? Because we're actually an hour and 40 minutes in nearly.
Oh shit! Yeah. Go on. Yours is like actual animal news.
No, I think, to be honest, your animal news is pretty good. You had a couple of animal pieces in there. Yours was like a general news and information, which is pretty cool.
I just sort of went through the reels. Maybe that can be a little segment that we sort of go through the reels.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. So, first piece of animal news. A Texas zoo delivered a baby gorilla via C-section in January.
Ooh.
Yeah, the baby Jamila was born via C-section. The mother gorilla was operated on by human gynecologists. They were human doctors.
Wait, they weren't
vets.
gorilla doctors?
No, that's how similar we are to gorillas and apes, that human doctors can perform a C-section successfully on them. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're joking or not.
No. They were human. I read like the story, and the doctors were saying like it was so weird. They were like called in, and they were like,
isn't like, am I getting a complete? Am I hearing you right? Are you surprised that a human could do it?
No. It's a human doctor, as in they've only ever learnt about humans, not gorillas.
Oh, I thought you were like gobsmacked that it was. You were like,
it wasn't a gorilla.
The gorilla's doctor. Like it was the human, and I'm there like joking around, but you were sounding so serious, and you're like, no, serious. I'm there like, well, yeah, like obviously, like I'm like going to the vets and being there like, there's a fucking human vet, man.
Taking my guinea pig in and being like, I won't let anyone but a guinea pig operate on him. They'll have to pretend. They'll have a guinea pig out with like a stethoscope on him, and he'll be like, "This is his surgeon." And I'll be like, "Nice to meet you, sir."
All right, okay. Now this is making a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But yes, so they weren't
vets. They weren't trained.
They were amazed with how similar the insides of a human body was to the gorillas.
Yeah, well, they knew it was. The zookeepers and the vets that were there knew that they could utilize gynecologists, who are people that specialize in human vaginas. They could use them to operate on a gorilla, which is interesting. And it's not the first baby gorilla born via C-section, but nice one, yeah. Mother gorilla and baby Jamila.
Well, no, well done to the human doctor.
Yeah,
like, fair play to the human.
Yeah, they got the opportunity to operate on a gorilla, and they did it.
And they smashed it. Yeah, that's really good, because obviously gorillas they're not endangered, but I reckon they're definitely closer to endangered than overpopulated.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Lowland gorillas in East Africa are endangered, I think. And then I've got 3 escapee news, animal-based news stories. So the first one is that a monkey escaped a zoo in Scotland. It was a Japanese macaque. I'll put a picture of it up on the edit. And it was roaming around in the Highlands. So there was like a full-on monkey just hanging out in Scotland.
What was it called again? A Japanese
macaque. So that's MACAQUE.
Oh, okay. Like the one from Lion King, for those that don't know.
A bit, yeah. Like genuinely, not like a little monkey, like a proper.
I'm not gonna lie. Imagine bumping into that in the street.
Exactly.
Me.
Exactly. some like monkeys, they're tiny, and you'd think, oh, you'd see it out in your garden, and you'd be like, oh, look, there, what's that? Oh, it's a monkey. But this one, if you saw that in your tree, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, that's a proper monkey. That's I'm worried to go out in the garden in case it goes crazy. But he was caught, or she was caught, I think, because basically someone found her eating birdseed peanuts from a bird feeder in their garden nearby. And they were like, oh,
so
shit.
Not actually causing any havoc or anything like that.
Oh, no. She was just wandering around the Scottish Highlands, got into someone's garden, as monkeys probably easily can, and ate some bird feed and got caught immediately. Not immediately, I think it was a couple of days, but people were panicking about it because obviously it could get up to all sorts of things. And, someone might have captured it and sold it on like the black market or something.
Yeah, no, that is... It's scary that they can sort of be so close, but you've got to think how scared the monkey must have been.
Yeah, exactly. The poor monkey. And then my second escaped animal news. It might not be escaped, but Toby, Google alligator snapping turtle.
Alligator snapping turtle.
Yep. And Google it at home if you don't know what an alligator snapping turtle is.
Oh, I thought there was a video of an alligator snapping a turtle. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's a big sort of turtle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. So it's like, for those of you who might know, it's basically like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but on roids.
Yeah, it looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? It's a gnarly turtle. Basically, a woman was walking her dog in the Peak District, and as she walked past like the edge of a lake, she saw one in the water, and they're not, as you could imagine, being called an alligator snapping turtle. They're not something you should be seeing in the UK.
And did it attack her?
No, but it could have. They bite. They bite really hard. They're ambush predators.
Do you reckon you could take one of them?
Well, they can grow up to 80 centimeters long. So that's like nearly a meter. That's like the length of a...
Do you reckon you could take one?
In the water?
No, not in the water.
On land, I definitely could. I'll get behind him, grab his shell, throw him somewhere. In the water, he'd definitely... If he was going for your dick, it would not be a good time at all.
Like,
because he can shear off fingers. Their beaks are so sharp and their mouths are so big that they can bite your fingers off. And your penis.
You wouldn't want to turn into Theon Greyjoy.
No, you would not. But
that would not be ideal.
No. It was only a baby one, and they named it Fluffy because it looks so aggressive. But yeah, the lady found it just in the water in the UK, and they rescued it, thankfully, and gave it to a zoo.
That's pretty cool. I'd love to pet one of those.
Yeah, they look pretty cool, don't they? And they get so big. I'll see in the edit. I'll see if I can get a picture of like a massive one. But yeah, it should not have been in the UK. So either someone released it after it got too big, or they couldn't look after it anymore, or it might have escaped. We don't know.
There is a lot of illegal animals within the UK. It very well could have been that they couldn't look after it anymore. They knew they couldn't take it anywhere because they wasn't meant to have it.
Yeah.
So they put it out in the wild. I wonder if they ever go back to see it, and then they're like, "Oh, Eric."
Yeah. No, exactly. And then the final escape story is that last month again. Well, yeah, 3 raccoons escaped a zoo in Sunderland. They all
that's like the 3 penguins from Madagascar.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them.
There are 4 of those, but we know what you meant. They escaped. And they managed to lure 2 of the female raccoons back with hot dogs that they just like left in little traps. But the male raccoon, Miko, he evaded capture for like a week, and they didn't know where he'd gone, and they were really worried about. Obviously, he could get loose, and God knows what he could get up to. But then someone that works at the zoo one day saw. They were checking the cameras and stuff, and they didn't see him. He was evading the cameras. But one day he saw little raccoon tracks outside all the cages. like leading into like a storeroom or something. And it turned out Miko hadn't gotten as far as the female raccoons, and he'd actually secretly hidden himself the last place they'd look in the zoo, and he was stealing food from the other animals to
He
survive.
was just on the other. He's still chilling with the boys. He was there like, I don't know what's going on, but they haven't locked me up, so I'm gonna go get some scran.
Yeah, literally, and it's so funny that the guy said in the article I was reading that they have loads of cameras and stuff, and they saw the other raccoons escape, but he somehow, for like at least a few days, evaded all cameras and was stealthing around, and they only caught him because they found these little tracks from when he was moving around at night, avoiding all the cameras.
That shows how smart they are.
No, exactly. Yeah, he's a very, very sneaky, hungry boy, stealing food from the
Oh, that
store and
reminds
stuff.
me of Over the Hedge.
Yes, yeah, that is exactly how I imagine Miko as well.
That's where he went. There's gonna be him, the alligator snapping turtle.
Yeah, yeah.
They can join our film of our police dog thing.
Yes, and the monkey could be like the squirrel, basically.
The squirrel.
You know the squirrel that gets hyper on caffeine.
Yeah. For a second, I was so confused. I was like, "You what?"
But yeah, those are the escape stories, and then my final animal news is related to your shark one. So you were saying that sharks do come quite close to shore, and as climate change happens and humans build more stuff in different areas, we're pushing sharks closer to areas where historically there wouldn't be as many sharks, and therefore there's more shark attacks. Global shark bite deaths doubled over 2023. So
Is that because
Yep.
that they're taking into consider? Oh, hang on. From 2023.
Yeah, so the year 2023, shark bite deaths doubled from 2022, and 2022 was the highest as well, I think. But it doubled over that period of people that have died from shark bite deaths. Shark bite, sorry. They died from death.
Say, is it the amount of people that's going up or the percentage? Because surely COVID would have a big say in that, because there'd be less people going to beaches and stuff like that.
I think maybe it dipped over COVID, but in general, more people are getting bitten by sharks, I think, across the world. And 40% of all deaths from shark bites occur in Australia. So good job you didn't go, Toby.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. I think it'd be like a death trap if I went to
Oh no, Toby's getting attacked by something in the water. It'd be like, oh no, it's a saltwater crocodile.
Maybe I'll just get stung by a bug and just die.
They'll be like, no, it's an alligator snapping turtle attacking Toby in the water.
I'm just making sure it doesn't like fucking like rip my dick off.
Exactly, that's why I'd be yelling. I'd be like, protect your dick.
Oh.
But that's all the animal news that I have.
But yeah, well, thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for everyone who is watching this live as well. We appreciate that, and thank you all for your support so far. Been got about 4 or 5 videos now out on YouTube, and you guys have been doing great, smashing the like button. So if you could do the same and carry on doing so, we'd be very grateful.
Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video, or follow, depending on what platform you're on.
Do it all.
Do it all, yeah. Links are around somewhere. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.